so glad you're joining me here today at Living Loud, Living Long, or L4, helping you to live healthy through our one-stop community for 50-up women that's grounded in good medicine. As part of our community, we bring you ideas for living healthy and strong, mentally, physically, and financially. We also help connect you with friends who share similar interests. You can get more ideas with our premium podcast on Podbean or joining our interactive community online or via our app. Or support us by liking, sharing, and reviewing our podcast. Find out more about us on our website at livingloudlivinglong.com. A big shout out to our patrons who make our show possible. I'm Dr. Candace Hughes, and today we're focusing on entrepreneurship and healthy beverages. Specifically, my favorite, tea. We are here today with Joan Jia of Hastings Tea and Coffee. Joan, welcome to our Living Loud, Living Long podcast.
Thank you, Candace, for having me here today.
We're going to talk today with you about your entrepreneurship, and I wanted to start with a question about how you got started. You were a senior executive banker with JPMorgan, and what inspired you to launch Hastings Tea and Coffee while you were working at a large corporation?
Well, first of all, I am such a tea lover. It is very easy for coffee fanatics to locate a decent cup of joe. But what about us tea lovers finding a great cup of tea? So as any, crazy me, we decided to open a place since this type of place doesn't exist. So we decided to open up Hastings Tea and Coffee, a place that offering tea and coffee beverages that is high quality, natural, and organic. And also, more importantly, a place for people to hang out.
That's wonderful. We are really, as Living Loud, Living Long, we really are supporting women to pursue their passions. So I'm really excited to see that you followed up on your passions in doing that. And what eventually inspired you to leave the corporate world and focus more on your entrepreneurship and passions?
Yeah, that's a good question. Running a small business, as you probably know yourself, it is very hard. However, it is extremely rewarding. It is you control your own destiny. I want to fulfill my dream to be an entrepreneur. So when my kids both entering the college, I decided to retire from the corporate world so that I can dedicate my time and my effort to my new career path, which is entrepreneur and running a business on my own.
Earlier, you mentioned that it was your passion for tea. Could you tell us more about how you chose tea and how your passion played a role in choosing what you wanted to do?
Yeah, one is, of course, like you said, tea is my passion. On top of that is tea is so healthy, and we can be so creative with this healthy product or healthy beverage. And on top of that, I really want to spread our love of tea to everyone here in the United States. Everybody knows coffee, knows, latte, cappuccino, and so on. But not everybody know the tea and what you can actually create out of the tea. For example, one of our creation is called green tea ginger twist. We use 3 natural ingredients in this creation, or this beverage that we have. We call it specialty drinks. It's green tea, ginger, and honey. All 3 natural ingredients. This beverage is one of our best sellers for the past 9 years we've been running in the shop.
That sounds delicious. And I know, as you were mentioning, green tea, there's been a number of research studies on how it is healthy and how it can have positive impact on your health. For example, it has high flavonoid levels, high antioxidants. Some studies have suggested it may improve cardiovascular health or reduce cancer risk. Do you teach your customers about some of the health impacts of teas like the green tea?
Yes, definitely. We love sharing the tea benefits, health benefits with our customers. As a matter of fact, this is part of our barista training.
That sounds fun. Could you tell us a little bit more about the tea and wine that you mentioned? Because I haven't heard of that before. It sounds like an interesting combination.
Sure. Tea infused wine, again, it is our creation. It stemmed from some of the other, I guess, people, how they do the wine. So they would soak some type of fruit inside the wine. You probably heard about that, or some kind of liquor. So what we did was we experimented a lot of them with different wine. We ended up with a few. We soak our tea inside the wine for 24 hours or 48 hours and then become the tea infused wine. There are two things that happens to the wine. One is the color of the wine changed and become more like tea and combined with wine color. And second, the smell, the aroma become very, very heavy tea aroma. It smells fantastic, I have to say. It's great. And the third of that is when you taste it, it tastes like a combination of, it's more like a wine cocktail type of thing. So it's a combination of the tea and the wine together. And especially for people like me who love a little bit of sweetness of the wine. And I love that because the tea, especially some of the tea we're using, it's a fruit, a lot of dry fruit and dry flowers inside. And it gave that sweetness into the wine. And then, of course, the last is the health benefit. Not only you get the wine, the health benefits from the wine, now because of that infused process, the tea's health benefits, now it's soaked inside the wine that you're drinking.
Well, that sounds very interesting. And I'm a big tea fan, so I'm going to have to look into that. I love the creativity behind that too, how, as a small business, you're innovating with the new kinds of beverages. I wanted to ask you a question about, besides tea, do you have other healthy hobbies that you feel make a positive impact on your busy entrepreneurial lifestyle?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I love cooking. To me, I can be very creative in my cooking, and it is such enjoyable experience. So for me, cooking is more like doing a yoga event. It's very relaxing. On top of that, I would say that as especially entrepreneur lifestyle, we all know we're very busy. We're all over the place with so many things going on. I think it is very important to have the downtime on a regular basis. Just the time that I don't have to think about anything to do with work, but enjoying small things in the life, like just social with the friends. I love wine, as you can see, visiting vineyard to have a glass of wine and, go and take a walk on the beach and stuff like that. Those are the things I do to keep me staying positive.
Yes, especially with recent times, it's so important to take time for ourselves and stay positive. My understanding is that you identify with our 50 Up entrepreneur women community, and you recently launched a new real estate venture, as well as continuing to run the Hastings Tea and Coffee. Do you feel that being a 50 Up entrepreneur has been beneficial?
Great question. Let me start with my dad, who was a college professor, always tells me that I only truly understand something when I realize what I don't know. I did not really appreciate it until a later stage of my life and raising my own kids who think they know everything as they're 20 years old. And I would say it is absolutely beneficial to be folks like us who already know what I am not good at. So when I know when I'm not good at something, I will take the effort to find others who are good at those things that I'm not good at so that they can help me. I also know the mistake I made so that I don't make the same mistake again. And I know how to work smarter, right? So plus on top of that, I get a chance to learn and work with younger folks. And I think that's the secret to keep myself younger.
Yes, yes, absolutely. All of those are such great wisdom, making sure that we know what we're good at and, outsourcing what we're not good at, but also the keeping connected with people of all ages. That actually came up in another recent podcast. And I'm a big fan of that as well, that we need to keep learning, and we can certainly learn from everyone at any age.
Absolutely true.
Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all your wisdom around tea, which is something I am personally, love and enjoy every day, and as well as about entrepreneurship and how you give everyone advice. How can you follow your passions? And that's what we're all about, is making sure people can follow their passions in life.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you for the time, Candice.
Thanks, Joan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Looking for a positive, uplifting community for 50 and up women? We celebrate 50 and up women who are living loud, living long, with authentic stories of real people who are creating the life they want, winning athletes, entrepreneurs, and creatives. We are tsunami wiping away outdated ideas of who we are. We give voice, we give visibility, we give community, learning, sharing, changing, vibrant, healthy, strong. If that's you, you belong with us. If you enjoyed our podcast, support our work by clicking like, subscribing, becoming a member of L4 at livingloud.com, and donating to our Patreon account so we can keep bringing you awesomely inspiring people. See you next month.